The guy's just got this poise, he's just got this way of talking that he controls the room immediately. A lot of people respect that man because what he brings, his intensity, the passion, just talking about our brand. You not only hear it, but you feel it.
He is one of those guys that's incredibly passionate, incredibly driven, a little bit manic, a little bit crazy, but he's also got a lot of rage and a lot of emotion. A lot of us know him as that super humorous, quick-witted cat. He has done a lot of different roles at the company, set a lot of the courses for what the brand looks like even today and feels like today. If somebody said, "Who's Rockford?" I'd put Zach in front of him, because that's really who Rockford is.
My name is Zach Luke, National Sales Manager. Definitely not a sales guy. I'm a Rockford guy. Rockford Fosgate's iconic. It's withstood time. This brand is over 35 plus years old and it's affected so many generations. That's not by accident. It's by being real. The brand has always been real. And people gravitate towards that. People can sniff out artificial. And Rockford Fosgate is a brand that draws people, that tells people, hey, you're not like the norm. I didn't start as the national sales manager, far from it. The journey's long. A lot of different pit stops along the way, all the way from coming in and being a consultant into the director of marketing role, and then from there catapulted into regional sales manager, and then now today, national sales manager. I've always been an audio enthusiast since I was 14 years old. It's been a part of my life. It's not something that I just stumbled into. But as a hobbyist, it's something that I never thought I'd be working, guiding, setting the trends for that industry in a million years. Growing up, a big part of my life was skateboarding. Getting into the skateboard scene, it was very graphic, a lot of visuals. Immediately I was drawn to the graphics on the skateboards. I was drawn to the characters. I was drawn to the brands. And then from that, you see and are exposed to different types of art. There's kind of that underground stuff that's inspiring you on a daily basis. You don't even know what it is, but you're just getting that inspiration continually. And that opened the door for me to seek other things creatively. Commercial art, graphic art, that's what impacted me. That's what drove me from even just a basic logo. If it was done right or that's something that I liked, it would grab my attention immediately. The simpler, the cleaner, the more impactful, I was always drawn to it. And I always just respected that commercial aspect of it. And I came into Rockford, albeit I felt like I knew what I was doing. I felt like I was confident, but I wasn't. Because when you walk into that arena, that's where the big boys play. There's nobody in Rockford cutting their teeth. These are savages, bruh. And I walked in there intimidated, knowing the only thing I had was I'm gonna give them everything I got. At the end of the day, brands are built, right? There's someone behind the scenes building that brand. And every brand kind of needs that rebirth. Every brand has to figure out what their next evolution is. And a lot of times I think it's harder for the brands that have done it successfully. If you fail, the fall is so much further. And so walking through those doors, Rockford was kind of in the midst of figuring out what's the next step. There were a lot of changes happening internally. Almost the passing of the baton as I walked through those doors was kind of transpiring. And it was an amazing time to see it and then to be a part of it and start to realize, man, there are things that I could do to maybe put my stamp on some of these things. There are things that maybe I can be a part of to take this brand to that next step, to give it that next evolution. One cool thing about Rockford is there are a ton of like-minded individuals. A lot of the opportunity comes from just meeting those people. And for me, that person was Jake Broughton. Jake was on the product side of it. Jake was the guy coming up with concepts and ideas that were somewhat out of the box. But I dug that about Jake. And so Jake and I would sit and have these sessions conceptualizing what we thought it should be. And that's great, but it's who has the ability to do it. Anybody can armchair quarterback, but can you suit up and can you put yourself in the game And then can you be victorious? Can you win? That's a whole nother level. And I had somebody that saw things the same way I did from a product standpoint. And we took that task on and started to move the ball forward. We'd already captured and built our icon on being the loudest. For us, product's a given. It is a given. The product has to be the best. That's it. We're Rockford Fosgate. It was our job to go out there and find and deliver an experience to people that had no idea what Rockford Fosgate was. And that's what we did. So transition to sales was one that was unwarranted, not something I was seeking by any means. I never want to sell anything. It's not my shtick, it's not what I do. I'm a brand guy, that's what I do. But my passion for the brand was so strong that I think it led me to voice my opinions and voice what I thought the direction of the brand should be, to a point where I was putting myself out there. And that led to an opportunity that was delivered to me by Bill Jackson. Came into Bill's office. Bill presented his concept on the sales side. And I thought, as much as I appreciate the fact that you see potential in me and think that I could be a good sales guy, I'm pretty comfortable where I'm at. And I think I do a good job for you here. But the response I got wasn't what I thought I was gonna get. And it was basically, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. For me, the creative side has always influenced every aspect of my life, everything. So moving into the sales side, of course, it's going to come out at some point. Regardless how much I tried to conform to what a sales guy was, it wasn't me. I can only be me. And once I figured that out and started to maneuver that way, that's when things started to change. It's a different thought process. Even till this day, I'm hyper visual. And I take that type of approach to when we're developing programs for our retailers. Simple, easy, visual, right? I want no questions asked. I want you to know what I'm trying to communicate immediately, as simple and as fast as I possibly can. When I talk to you, I want to be creative in giving you the tools to speak about the product in a different way than any other brand is out there giving you. I want to be able to translate the creative collateral that's coming out of the marketing department to teach you how to use it better, to set you apart from your competitors and everybody else. The creativity influences me every day. It's easy to sell Rockford because I love it. It embodies me. That is my passion. Is it easy to sell because it's a cool brand? Maybe. But it's easy to sell because I believe in it.